Mr. President, if Senator Lacson would just say that he doesn't want to be interpolated, that will be okay with me. But he should not make a precondition that his unwillingness is conditioned upon whether or not the partial report should be signed by the majority. This is very unusual, Mr. President.
Yes, we respect your opinion.
And because he doesn't want to be interpolated, may I just be given the opportunity to make manifestation because my name was mentioned by Senator Lacson.
Of course you may. Go
Thank
ahead.
you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I cannot speak for our colleagues why they hesitate or even refuse to sign the partial report he allegedly disseminated to the members. But as for myself, Mr. President, I cannot sign a partial report. A partial report is basically unfinished. An unfinished report cannot be assumed to have contained the final and collective judgment of all the members. This is very basic, Mr. President. Secondly, I did not heed my reasons why I cannot sign the partial report. I delivered a privileged speech some time ago, Mr. President, outlining the reasons, therefore. Number one, I was expecting the chairman of the Blue Ribbon Committee to have conducted several hearings more, and in those hearings, he should have invited several persons whom I enumerated in my privileged speech. Namely, Yusek Adrian Bersamin, Yusek Jojo Cadiz, former Governor Luis Chavez Singson, former Speaker Martin Romualdez, former Congressman Saldico by way of an apostilled sworn statement, because this is very, very possible. An apostilled sworn statement, Mr. President, as I have already advised the chairman of the Blue Ribbon Committee, is similar to a sworn statement notarized by the Philippine Consulate in any part of the world, because this apostilled manner or method of subscription was already adopted by the Supreme Court in one of its resolutions, Mr. President. I also advocated that the 18 ex-soldiers be immediately be invited because they have so much to say. Because I thought he said, and he emphasized at some point, that wherever the evidence is, the BRC will be led thereto, Mr. President. Ang sabi pa po niya, Mr. President, hindi option yung interparliamentary courtesy. At kung ako po ba'y tatawagin pala sa mababang kapulungan dahil meron pala silang itatanong tungkol sa di umano ay mga donasyon na aking tinanggap. Mr. President, I will willingly present myself with or without invitation. They just have to suggest to me that they wanted me there. I will go there, Mr. President. Interparliamentary courtesy is between the two chambers, Mr. President. Tayo-tayo po ang pinag-uusapan na maggalangan doon. Pero ang nangyari, Mr. President, ang ating boss, ang mga amo natin, ang taong bayan, ang hindi na po iginalang eh. Hindi lang pangbabastos sa mga taong bayan ang ginawa ng mga magnanakaw at kawatan nitong flood control projects. Igagalang pa ba natin, Mr. President, ang mga tinutungo ng ebidensya na sangkot ang mga taong gusto nating ipatawag in this chamber? Gagamitin pa po bang isang dahilan na kailangan nating maggalangan kung sila mismo ay hindi na iginalang ang taong bayan na ngayon ay halos nagdurusa na? Tama po, sinabi niya kanina, Mr. President, talagang mainit ang panahon. Ang heat index ay talagang sumadsad na talaga sa pinakamainit na bahagi. Ngunit ang lalong nagpapainit nito, Mr. President, ay yung kawalan ng political will na ipagpatuloy ang pagdinig. Kahit na lantaran na nandun na talaga ang mga ebidensya. Bakit po hindi tayo tumawag ng pagdinig, Mr. President? Inimbita si Governor Luis Chavez Singson. Sa pagkakalam ko sa mga accounts na nababasa ko, he was invited to appear on April 14. At binigyan po siya ng pagkakataon hanggang April 7, hanggang alas 5 ng hapon, na ihain ang kanyang sinumpaang salaysay. Hanggang alas 5 ng hapon, Mr. President. Ngunit 9:15 ng umaga, ipinaabot sa bahay ng dating gobernador na kinakansela na po ang nasabing pagdinig. At ginamit pang dahilan, paano po nangyari yun, Mr. President? Binigyan siya hanggang alas 5 ng Abril 7 na isubmit. Sa pagkakaalam ko po, nandun na siya sa Maynila at nanananghali. Pagkatapos na itutuloy siya sa opisina ni Senator Lacson para ihain yung sworn statement na kanyang inihanda. Bakit po kinakailangang dumating pa si Saldico? Inihintay siguro ni Saldico, Mr. President, ideklara lang ng chairman ng Blue Ribbon Committee, i-apostil mo lang yan kahit nasaan ka sa anumang bansa ka sa Europe, tatanggapin ng committee yan. At pagkatapos hahayaan ka namin sa pamagitan ng Zoom ay pumayag ka at iimbitehan ka namin para sa isang special na pagdinig kung yan ang gusto mo. Yun lang siguro gusto niyang marinig. Bakit ikukondisyon pa natin ang pagdating niya rito, Mr. President, kung yung apostille sworn statement is sufficient enough for him to do just that? Ano po ba tayo rito? Nagtatakip po ba talaga tayo? Mr. President, kayo po ay maaring makapagtestigo sa sasabihin ko. Nung isang araw po, pinuntahan ko kayo sa inyong opisina at may binanggit po akong isang bagay na